Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Patrick Murphy. Welcome to a special BuzzIn edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire here at the game show Emporium. What you just witnessed was 20 years of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire footage that we've seen over the years. It's good to relive the moments. We're ready to give away $1 million in cold hard cash, 4 lifelines on the table to one lucky individual. Our first player of the night is no stranger to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He has hosted it on his streams. He has hosted it over here in GSC. He has hosted the hot seat variant and has taken us for a lot of money, and you may remember him as the original host of Novalis' Deal or No Deal. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our good friend and our first player of the night, Hunter Dillon.
Hey, Pat.
Hello, hello.
All right, let me just whoops-a-doo. Hold on 1 second. Virtual Paradise giving me problems already. At least it isn't crashing on me. There we go.
We could take our lovely little seat. Hunter, welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Mark, you've done an incredible job with this studio, I gotta tell you.
Do we have like an overhead shot of like what the stage looks like from above? Because look at this. This is all the intricate work that not only Mark has done, but Braden has done as well. All of this is absolutely beautiful.
Increíble. Increíble.
Hunter is one of the original hosts of Novalis' Deal or No Deal. He runs his own channel as well on Twitch. Mental health advocate, board game collector, has more board games than I can keep count with. What other things should we know about you?
Well, considering we are in Pride Month, I am an LGBTQ ally. As a matter of fact, all this month, all of the streams that I'm doing over the weekends in the month, I'm going to be trying to raise funds for the Trevor Project, which is a nonprofit organization which is devoted to helping prevent suicide amongst young LGBTQ people. And last year we raised $10. I'm hoping to raise a lot more this year.
Perfect. Well, I'm gonna definitely make sure that when this video goes up, we put a link to your Twitch channel, so that way we can help you raise more money for this incredible project, the Trevor Project. We encourage you guys to go sub, help him raise a bigger target than last year, and raise awareness. So that's a big thing. Hunter, you know the rules. 15 questions to $1 million. You have 4 incredible lifelines at your disposal. There it is. Landmarks are $1,000, $32,000. You have double dip, which is very convenient to have. You have phone a friend, which pretty much is, we're going to act as the +1. You can ask me, which is going to be so much fun. And once during the game, you can ask the audience. The only question I have is, are you ready to go?
I think so, yeah.
Audience, are you ready to go? They're ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to say, let's play Millionaire. Question 1 for $100. First one out of 15. Here it is. What movie stars Harrison Ford and a dog named Buck braving the harsh northern wilderness? It looks like you have 15 seconds to answer. Uncut Gems, The Call of the Wild, Bombshell, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I think it's Call of the Wild. Let's go with B, final answer.
With 7 seconds left on the clock. Is it Call of the Wild? $100.
All right.
7 seconds already banked, $200. Here it is. The Krispy Kreme Challenge is an annual 5-mile race in which participants must stop halfway through the course and eat a dozen what? Tacos, hot dogs, donuts, buffalo wings.
Donuts. Final answer.
Goodness me, I'm starting to see this Joey Chestnut all over again. It's donuts, $200. Stop making me hungry. $300. The American Pregnancy Association recommends abstaining from getting a piercing on which of these body parts while pregnant? Earlobe, nostril, belly button, tongue.
Only makes sense. Belly button. Final answer.
Seamus, lock it in. Do the thing. Yes, $300. Turns out if our question writers really had a good night out, $500 is where we are. In 1973, Thomas Edison became the first person inducted into a National Hall of Fame, dedicated to whom? Opera singers, basketball players, chefs, or inventors?
That would be inventors. Final answer.
Nice, easy, $500. Last chance, you could leave with nothing. I'm certain that won't happen. You have all 4 of your lifelines still intact. Question 5 to bank $1,000. Here it is. When a French teenager texts you MCI, she is texting you shorthand for a French word meaning what? Goodbye, sorry, thank you, or hello?
MCI is shorthand for merci, which means thank you. Final answer.
Hunter, you have $1,000. Congratulations.
Yay!
Watch this transition.
Ooh.
Now we go into the purple and pink. You are now 10 away from $1 million. Question 6 is for $2,000. These next 5 questions, you'll have 30 seconds to give a correct answer. There's 50-50 instead of double dip. I'm not sure if Seamus is having stroke or is playing with us. $2,000. Here it is. There it is.
Yay!
The Big One is a popular podcast that examines what type of natural event? Fog, earthquake, heat wave, rainbow.
Sounds like an earthquake to me. I would assume that that earthquakes they refer to as the big one. So we're going to go with that. Earthquake. Final answer.
Could you imagine if it was a rainbow, especially during Pride Month? That would be top quality, but it is earthquake for $2,000.
Beautiful.
Wow. All lifelines still intact, $4,000. Here's your question. Indicating how they congregate, a group of resting sea otters is called a what? Caboose, wagon, raft, limousine.
This one I do not know, so I would like to use a lifeline, please, and I would like to ask this lovely studio audience.
All right, we're gonna stop the clock right there at 18 seconds. Audience, Hunter needs your help in the stage chat, only using the letters A, B, C, or D. All vote now. And the results look something like this. 100% of this audience thinks it is C. 18 seconds is left on the clock. Your time starts now.
Well, that seems like a resounding result of the audience, so I'm going to go with the raft and make that my final answer.
C. There it goes. And you have $4,000. Wow. Well, hey, good thing you used the lifeline on that one. 3 lifelines left. $8,000 is what we're going for. This is the halfway mark. Question 8 is this. Everyone in the world has forgotten the Beatles. Everyone except Jack is a tagline for what 2019 movie? Gemini Man, Pain and Glory, Late Night, Yesterday.
50-50 shot on what I think it is. So I think now would be a good time to use a double dip, and I'm going to lock that in.
He's going to lock that in. We're going to stop the clock right there. Which means now you are committed to answering the question. You cannot walk away. This is your first guess of 2. What is your first answer, please?
My first answer is Gemini Man. Final answer.
It is not Gemini Man. So,
okay.
We're going to restart the clock, and your time starts now.
My second answer is Yesterday. Final answer.
Lock it in. Hunter, I am so glad
yes,
you
sir.
used that double dip. $8,000.
Perfect use of it.
Perfect use of it. $16,000. 2 lifelines. Can we get to 32,000? Guarantee yourself you walk out of here with that kind of money. Question 9. Possible 15 is this. Used in a famous psychological test, plexography is the art of making images from what? Charcoal, pieces of glass, letters of the alphabet, ink blots.
Also known as the Rorschach test. Ink blots. Final answer.
There is no stopping him. $16,000. Wow. Still has a phone a friend. Can still ask the host. Question 10, $32,000. Can he nail it? Let's see it. If you're willing to spend a few Emirati dirhams, you can go to the observation deck of what world landmark? Leaning Tower of Pisa, Shanghai Tower, Burj Khalifa, Taj Mahal.
I think it's the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world. I know I have 2 lifelines, but I think I'm going to save them for the upper tier. I'm going to go Burj Khalifa. Final answer. Trust your first instinct.
With 9 seconds left, gambles 15,000 if he's wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, he has $32,000.
Yes! Trust your first instinct.
We're going to take a brief commercial
Trust
break.
your
When we
first
come back,
instinct.
He's 5 away from $1 million, going for 64,000. More Millionaire happens right after this. Welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, ladies and gentlemen. We have Hunter Dillon in the hot seat, and he's already walking in here with a check for $32,000. Wow. Hunter, how are you feeling now that you've gotten to the second safety level?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm honestly feeling pretty good. I'm just a little scared about what's going to happen with the next 5 questions, but other than that, I'm actually pretty confident.
You have utilized your lifelines absolutely perfectly how you should. You use the double dip when you have it down between two. You ask the audience on a question you weren't sure about. They came through. You have a phone a friend, and you can ask me. This is where we stand in terms of gameplay. 2 lifelines left, $32,000 guaranteed. Jamal is just picking up in the background. Oh, man. We're 5 away from $1 million. Next up, $64,000. You ready to play?
Yeah, I'm ready now. On stream on Saturday, actually, was it Saturday or Sunday? I got the $1 million last Saturday, so it might be an omen. Might be an omen.
Let's see if it foreshadowed you walking here with $1 million. Let's play Millionaire, 64,000. We're gonna put 45 seconds on the clock. $64,000, 2 lifelines, question 11. A 2019 online article titled Who's Highest Paid in Your State revealed that the highest paid public employee in 40 states has what job title? Superintendent, judge, governor, coach.
I don't think governors are the highest paid. I think they take a middling sum. Superintendents might, coaches might, but I am not sure. I would like to ask you, because I think you're pretty knowledgeable in stuff like this.
All right, we're going to stop the clock right there at 21 seconds. And this is what I think. Given, I like your logic. I don't think the governors don't really take a high salary, given what they have to do. I don't think superintendents make that much. Surprisingly, I'm leaning towards coach. The reason being is because you have a lot of these schools. You have like a lot of the NCAA schools who partake in all of these national tournaments. They get a lot of the television coverage. I would assume because of that coverage, because they get paid a lot from the sports networks. You have all these college players getting paid a decent amount of money. I would hedge my bet on coach just because of that, and that is my final answer.
Okay.
We're going to restart the clock at 45 seconds. And time starts now.
You know what? It seems logical enough. I'm gonna go for it, coach. Final answer. Plus, it's also kind of one of those. Oh, how do I put it? Like those out of left field answers that are probably correct.
Computer, $64,000. Is it coach? Yes!
Yeah!
64 grand.
Yes!
Now we're down to 1 lifeline. Phone or friend. $125,000. 4 away from $1 million. Question 12. My heart's starting to pound a little bit. Question 12 out of 15 is this for 125. In a historic 2020 splashdown, astronauts returned safely to Earth in a reusable SpaceX capsule named for what Peter, Paul, and Mary song? Puff the Magic Dragon, If I Had a Hammer, This Land Is Your Land, The Marvelous Toy.
Now, I already have a hunch, but I don't want to leave lifelines on the table, so I think I'm going to phone a friend on this.
Alright, so we're going to stop the clock right there at 28 seconds, or 27 seconds. Now, Is there anybody in the Discord audience you wish to call up for help?
I think John Bergman would be pretty knowledgeable at this. Like, he is like a trivia whiz. So I'm gonna call on him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the host of Crosswits and many other shows over at MBG, Mr. John Bergman, ladies and gentlemen. The Crosswits, you don't say. Mr. Bergman, are you there?
Oh, Mr. Bergman.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, hello.
Mr. Bergman, welcome to Millionaire. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you very much for having me.
Good. Hunter needs your help. In a minute, you guys are going to have 30 seconds to discuss the question and the 4 answers. Try to help him come up with the correct answer for $125,000, okay?
Okay, I'm going to
All
try
right, gentlemen, your 30 seconds starts now.
Okay, I have a hunch that it's Puff the Magic Dragon, but I'm wondering what you think it is.
Okay, I think it's either Puff the Magic Dragon or the Marvelous Toy.
Yeah, I was torn between those two, but I was leaning more towards Puff the Magic Dragon because it seems like it makes the most sense.
Right, exactly.
Although the Marvelous Toy couldn't be too out there either. Okay,
Well,
thank you, John.
You're welcome.
All right, so give you his thoughts. We're going to reset the clock at 45 seconds. Hunter, your time starts now.
You know, I had a hunch from the get-go before the answers even came up that it was Puff the Magic Dragon. I know I'm risking half of my winnings, but you know what? As I said, trust your first instinct. That's what got me to 32 in the first place. I'm going to go with Puff the Magic Dragon. Final answer.
Puff the Magic Dragon, final answer. I actually had an idea before the choices came up, and it was up there.
Okay.
He has $125,000. It's Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
No lifelines. $125,000. Well, this is it. 3 away from the million. No lifelines on the table. Question 13 for $250,000. You lose $93,000 if you're wrong. Here it is for $250,000. A nationwide tradition that started in 1974, millions of people in Japan celebrate Christmas by eating from what U.S. restaurant chain? Pizza Hut, Denny's, KFC, Red Lobster.
Again, I had another hunch before the answers came up, and it's there. Trust your first instinct. I'm going with KFC. Final answer. I don't care if I lose $93,000. Trust your first instinct.
You want to know how I knew this question?
How?
Because hosting bar trivia, this was a question that came up that I asked at one of my venues. He has $250,000. It's KFC.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Woo! I keep forgetting how wonderful it is to be on this side of the podium and actually seeing this and being in this position. You risk $218,000 if you're wrong, but if you are right, Hunter, $500,000. Oh. Question 14 for $500,000 is this. Auctioned for over $3 million in 2014, the most valuable comic book ever sold features Superman on its cover doing what? saluting the American flag, breaking free from chains, lifting a car over his head, sitting on the moon.
I'm torn between two. I know I'm risking $218,000, but I'm torn between two, and I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go with saluting the American flag, final answer, and hope that my instincts haven't failed me again.
What was your other option?
Lifting a car over his head.
That's what it was.
Oh! Zigged when I should have zagged.
That's what it was. You know,
Man.
I applaud your guts, your charisma, your courageous activity. $32,000, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter, did you have a good time?
I did. I'm just lucky to have gotten this far in the game with no lifelines.
You did absolutely amazing. Give it up for Hunter Dillon, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, another game, another $1 million happens right after this. This is more Millionaire in GSE. Welcome back to Millionaire, and holy crap, what a game. We had Hunter go for $500,000. Unfortunately, we couldn't give him the big money watch out with 32,000. He played one amazing game, but now it's time for our second player. And this second player, ladies and gentlemen, is no stranger to Millionaire by any means necessary. I came across his hosting a Millionaire back in 2011 on the fan forums. Jamal, you're gonna crack me up. And I've played his games once a big money, and he is the original host of BuzzIn Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It gives me great pleasure and an absolute honor to welcome as our second contestant, Novalis founder and one of co-founders of GSE, Braden Dees.
Oh boy.
I feel like we've been here about 20 times prior.
Something like that. It's only 20?
Me and Braden go back 15 years. We met on the GSN forums in 2010, became best friends. He ran a Millionaire fans forum, started up Novalis, it was Supernova, Play It, went through various renditions, helped me create the game show Emporium as it is now known today. And holy shit, we have put each other through the ringer so many times. I'm surprised we're not dead yet.
Right.
Give us a lovely update. And he has a great update for us, guys, so listen to this.
Okay, well, my name is Braden Dees. I am the co-founder of GSE and the founder of Novalis. In its current run, which is really exciting, we're having Novalis games back. I do apologize that I've been very sporadic with my appearances because of college and work, but you know, thankfully things calmed down for me a little bit over the summer. Speaking of, I'm writing a college or a high school marching band halftime show for the first time because I am also a published composer and arranger on my spare time, my other major hobby. And yeah, and I'm also going to be the drum major for my college's marching band this year, so that's really
Heck
exciting.
yeah.
So yeah, lots of fun stuff happening.
And you also recently got married.
Yes, and I got married. In next month will be my 1-year anniversary with my husband. We've been together for this will be 6 years, so it's really, really exciting. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yes. God. Well, let's see if we can make you a millionaire. How does that sound?
Sure. I think this is the first time where I'm not actually standing here and being like, "Oh, by the way, it's not me playing Millionaire, it's you."
It always happens. It always happens whenever we both show the stage. The tables turn, and I'm the one that's playing. But no, we're now putting you under the spotlight with 15 questions against the clock for $1 million. You have 4 lovely lifelines at your disposal. There's the money tree.
Oh.
There's the 4 lifelines. Ready to play?
No, let's wait half an hour. Yes, I'm ready.
This audience is ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to say, let's play Millionaire.
Oof.
Question 1 for $100.
That's not intimidating at all.
No, it's not intimidating whatsoever. $100 looks something like this. 15 seconds on the clock. To protect it from the frigid Pacific waters, what creature has the densest fur of any mammal, approximately 1 million hairs per square inch? Wild boar, sea otter, fruit bat, Braden Dees.
Wow. Well, the only one that would make sense to me would be B, sea otter. Final answer.
3 seconds to go.
I'm not that hairy. Thank you, question writer.
Look, we get it, okay? He is an otter, but come on. Really, during Pride Month, not a chance. $100.
I wish I was an otter. I could scared to lose about 50 pounds before I can have that title.
We have dad bods. $200. Frustrated by servants who kept chipping her delicate china during cleanup, socialite Josephine Cochran invented the modern version of what appliance? Dishwasher, blender, toaster, microwave oven.
Oh my goodness. Let's ask the audience, please. I can't believe. I don't know why I'm.
Seconds.
Ooh.
So yeah. So we asked the audience.
I feel like I have an idea, but I'm panicking.
It's alright, just take a breather. Audience, Braden needs your help on your keypads using A, B, C, or D. All vote now.
Oh, I should have reread the question. I'm so stupid. I got it now.
And the audience looks something like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Believe it's dishwasher. We put 15 seconds back on the clock. Your time starts now.
A dishwasher, final answer. I should have read the act during cleanup. Duh.
Yeah. $200.
Uh,
It's okay. You panicked a little bit. It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. $300. Actors Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire reportedly have a group chat they've given what fitting name?
It better be Spider-Man.
The Batgames, Superman Super Chat, the Spider Boys, the Incredible Hulks.
Spider Boys, C, final answer.
$300. The Incredible
More of those, please.
The Incredible Hunks. Oh my goodness me. Oh, the images I'm getting in my head. 500.
Down, boy, down.
A piece of fabric used as a surface for an oil painting is called a what? Lobby, ballot, vote, canvas.
B, canvas, final answer.
$500. Last chance you could leave with absolutely nothing. You have 3 lifelines at your disposal. Question 5 for $1,000. Here it is. In which of these films does Timothy Dalton play the nefarious Simon Skinner, a local businessman who owns a supermarket? Possessed, Hot Fuzz, License to Kill, The Informant.
B, Hot Fuzz, final answer.
With 5 seconds left, he's answered question 5. He has $1,000.
Ooh.
Now you can breathe a little bit.
Now I won't make a complete embarrassment of myself.
Alright, 10 away from $1 million. 3 lifelines still on the table. Question 6, $2,000. You will have 30 seconds for every question. Here's the $2,000 question. In cosmetics, electrolysis is a process generally used to do what? Tan skin, remove hair, whiten teeth, tint eyebrows.
I'm pretty sure. Let me just take the time to read the question and think about it. It's got to be hair removal, right? B, remove hair. Final answer.
He took his time. He got the right answer. $2,000. $8,000. Question 7 out of a possible 15. Which desert covers a huge region of Mongolia and northern China? Kalahari Desert, Mojave Desert, Gobi Desert, Patagonian Desert.
C. Gobi Desert. Final answer.
It's the Mojave Desert.
What?
Oh no! Our executive producer got that one wrong. Guess what? It's the Gobi Desert, $4,000.
I was about to say Mojave Desert's out in. It's in America.
It's America. Our question writers have probably had a little too much to drink when writing his stat.
Don't do me like that.
When they realized that Braden was going to be a contestant, they just started to drink heavily. Like, oh shit, we got to make this tough. The question writer had his own question wrong. The rest are hopefully okay. $8,000. We're throwing caution to the wind at this point. A device used to raise water using a revolving screw was invented by and named after which ancient Greek mathematician? Archimedes, Euclid, Hero, Pythagoras.
I'm pretty sure, but I want to double. Let's double dip to play it safe.
Final answer?
Final.
He's gonna double dip, locking it in. So, $8,000 or a grand. Your first of two answers, please.
B. Euclid. Final answer.
It is not Euclid.
Okay.
So, we don't restart the timer. Your second answer, please.
A. Archimedes. Final answer.
And it's a good thing the double dip exists. $8,000.
Whew. Okay.
$16,000 playing this game really well. 2 lifelines still left to play. You can phone a friend and you can ask the host. Question 9 for $16,000 is this. At the age of 32, who became the youngest recipient of the Oscar for Best Director for directing La La Land? Adam McKay, Greta Gerwig, Alfonso Cuarón, Damien Chazelle.
Damien Chazelle. D. Final answer.
Seems very confident. He knows his movie. $16,000, ladies and gentlemen.
Whew.
Woohoo! Same position Hunter was in. 32,000. 2 lifelines. Get this right, you leave no less than $32,000. Question 10 is this. Patent in 1979, IBM's system for automatically proofreading a document innovated what word processing tool? Word count, spell check, cut and paste, meal merge.
The only one that makes sense would be spell check. So B. Spell check. Final answer.
He pulled the lever and he found the right one. $32,000.
Oh, that was the $32,000 question. Whew.
Woohoo! Now, how are you feeling now that you reached 32?
I'm feeling alright, actually. I normally... I usually prefer asking the questions, that's for sure.
Well, I'm glad. I'm proud to know I'm giving you a check for $32,000 no matter what happens. You still have 2 lifelines on the table. Question 11, $64,000. Nothing to lose here. Here's question 11. In chemistry, what element has an atomic number of 8?
Carbon.
Nitrogen,
Nope.
oxygen, phosphorus, argon.
Oxygen is 8. It has to be. I think carbon's 12. So it had. Oh! I don't. No. Argon would be smaller. Nitrogen and phosphorus would be higher. My husband's a chemist and he would kill me if I get this wrong. It has to be B, oxygen. Final answer.
Using Mark's number.
I love how I said carbon. It wasn't even up there. I'm glad it wasn't.
Stop the clock at lucky 13. Use Mark's number 8 in the question. Multiply that by 8. You have $64,000. That's what it is.
We'll just edit the part out where I said carbon.
Going for $125,000. Still 2 lifelines on the table. Lose $32,000 if you're wrong. Here it is for $125,000. Question 12. Which of these founding fathers did not attend the 1787 Constitutional Convention? Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, James Madison, Benjamin Franklin.
I have an idea. But at this level, I don't want to have another carbon moment. I'm going to ask the host.
Okay. Stop the clock. And this is what I think. I want to ask, what was your idea?
I thought George Washington was not there and the other 3 were.
My guess was Thomas Jefferson. Because if I recall, wasn't Washington president from like 1787 upwards or no? It was like
93 to 01.
93 to 1801? Okay. So
Yep.
Something is just in the back of my head is telling me Jefferson. I just don't know why. I can see George Washington being there. I can see Benjamin Franklin being there.
Thomas Jefferson, I think he drafted it.
He did draft. No, he wrote the He wrote the U.S. Constitution. He wrote it. Yeah, he did. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. So I would assume just off of that, and then just off of a lot of the documents he drafted, that would be my guess. So my hunch is a Thomas Jefferson. I'm gonna make that my final answer. You have 45 seconds. The time starts now.
That's not where I was expecting that to go. Let's +1, please. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Alright, gonna stop the clock right there. Gonna use your +1. Now the question is, who do you want as your +1?
Let's get Hunter back up here.
Hunter, we need ya. Mr. Dillon, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Braden needs your help. He's going for $125,000. And
Okay.
No, bring that back. I like that one. I know who Jimmy Wales is.
But
you guys are ready? Your 30 seconds starts now.
okay. So what was your thought again, Braden?
I thought it was George Washington. For some reason, I didn't think he was there. Jefferson drafted the Constitution. Franklin, I feel like Franklin was there. Madison was probably there.
I'm torn between Madison and Washington, but I am not 100% on either of those. I wish I could be a better. Wish I could be a better help, but
It's okay.
So you've heard various opinions. 45 seconds goes back on the clock. Your time starts now. You gamble 32 if you're wrong. Go up to 125 if you're correct. I thought it was Jefferson. Hunter thinks it's Madison or Washington.
I'm gonna trust my gut. I appreciate y'all's input, and if I'm wrong, it's okay. I think it's Washington.
Final.
Where am I gonna walk away?
3, 2.
B. Washington. Final answer.
With 1 second to spare. For $125,000. Computer, show us the correct answer. What was it? It was Jefferson.
I should have trusted you. I'm sorry.
Hey,
That's
no.
okay.
No, I don't want you to feel sorry to trust in me because you had a gut. You've been in this position so many times before. You're walking away with $32,000. And that's
I'm fine with that.
That's a good chunk of change. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Braden Dees. Wow. Could have sworn we were going to give away the big money, ladies and gentlemen. But $32,000 in 2 games. That was a really good question. Oh, damn it! I genuinely thought we were going to have another game, but unfortunately that's all the time we have here on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, ladies and gentlemen. We saw Hunter Dillon walk away with $32,000, get to $500,000. Braden, our very millionaire host, walks away with $32,000. Cannot give away on the big money. We encourage you guys to, of course, like and subscribe. Join the Game Show Emporium. I want to thank Mark Webb and his amazing hard work and Braden's hard work on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire set. This turns out to be amazing. We encourage you guys to join the Emporium because Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is coming back with Novalis Entertainment this month. We encourage you guys, of course, to come join in on the fun test show and see if you can become a millionaire. I'm your host, Patrick Murphy. Until then, it is good night, and we'll see you next time for more fun and more quizzing here at Millionaire. Good night, everybody.